Alright guys, we're going to be doing two videos in one day today, and this one is going to be about DT Swiss hubs. Okay, so I know there's been loads of videos on DT Swiss hubs and there's loads of stuff on the internet. It's pretty well known that DT Swiss make possibly the best mountain bike wheels in the business. Their rims are bulletproof, even the XC standard wheels tend to just run and run and run. I want to talk about what I love about DT Swiss rims, and it's more the hubs than the actual wheels, to be honest, and the actual rims. And I kind of found this by accident. I wanted to update to a wheel with more points of engagement, so a higher level of engagement in the hub. I was used to running poles, 3 poles or 4 poles with a 20-degree hub engagement. I did a bit of online research, was looking at the 370 hubs for ages, found out or came to the conclusion that actually for upgradability it's best going for 350 hubs. If you've got the money, go for 240s or even better. But I can tell you 350 hubs are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to take this hub off this wheel. This is kind of waiting for my new e-bike. This is going to be going on my new e-bike when it arrives. But I'm just going to show you how easy it is to actually get to the hub, get to the mechanism, the ratchet mechanism in here, and maintain it, but also upgrade it. On my bike just there, a few weeks ago I actually upgraded the 18 tooth ratchet to a 36 tooth ratchet. I've actually just upgraded that again to a 54 tooth ratchet. I was a little bit worried about the durability of the 54 tooth, but the conclusion I've come to from my research is that if you keep it maintained, keep on top of it, it's going to be fine. I can tell you it feels amazing to ride with 54 points of engagement. That's a 6-degree point of engagement. So let's actually have a look at the hub and how you maintain it and how you actually get into it to upgrade it. Right, so what I'm going to show you here is just how easy it is to actually remove this hub and get into the mechanism to actually clean it. Before I do that, I should actually point out that I'm by no means an expert on rims and hub designs. I'm more than familiar with the Duroc hubs and the Shimano hubs. More recently, obviously, the DT Swiss hubs, and I can tell you, in my experience so far, this is by far the best hub to run and to work on. And the reason I think it's so easy is you don't require any tools to actually remove this hub. This one has obviously been off before, so it's going to pop off much easier. But literally, this is how you're going to remove this hub. Obviously, take your wheel off. You don't have to undo the cassette or anything like that. Literally, pop it in a vise like this. Make sure if you're going to do this, you've got soft jaw protectors on your vise. You don't want to damage your hub at the other side. It doesn't have to be super tight, but all you're going to do to take this off is you're going to put your hands under the cassette. Make sure your knuckles are pressing into the spokes, and then literally you just pop it off like that. It's as easy as that. It's literally a push fit kind of pop off design. If I turn that over, you can actually see we've got access to the hub there. So the free body and everything has come off with the cassette. We've got access to the hub there. If I take this half of the ratchet off, or both parts of the ratchet off, you can see this is actually the new 24 tooth hybrid e-bike rated ratchet system. And it's basically it's not machined out, it's a solid piece. 24 tooth is robust and coarse enough that it will actually take the strain of an e-bike. The 18 tooth will also, but this just gives you a little bit better engagement than the 18 tooth. You can see it's got these teeth around the edge here. Bring it in so you can see it a little bit more. So they actually sit kind of in the spline that's in this hub. There's a thin coating of grease on, but basically you push that down, just rotate it until you find that it's kind of meshing with those teeth. There you go, sorry. It's actually meshed, so you can actually push it down now, and that's actually being spring activated. I find the easiest way to do this is to actually, rather than put this half of the ratchet into the cassette, just mount it, sit it in, so make sure your teeth are engaged, make sure that the bottom spline is lined up, and then literally all you're going to do is make sure your spring is in there. Your spring is kind of tapered, so you've got a big end and a small end. Make sure your big end is facing outwards towards the bearing, towards the seal cartridge bearing in the cassette. And then literally, the grease in there is enough to hold the spring in place. Literally all you're going to do is line it up, should have been over the top looking down there to do this, but it then just drops in. Just spin it around a little bit. There we go. So you can actually feel now, if you rotate it, you can feel and hear that the ratchet is engaged. And then literally all you're going to do is just push down on this top cap. That's it. It's a tiny little click. That's it. Done. So it's kind of press fit, toolless maintenance for that. So if you were umming and ahhing about whether to go, if you're running an 18 tooth and you were umming and ahhing about whether to go 36 tooth or 54 tooth, it's so easy. Just literally, that is as easy as it is. That is ready to go straight onto the bike. I'm going to show you the upgrade kit. So this is, I think this might be the 36 tooth that I've just taken off my bike there. So literally in an upgrade kit you get the two halves of the ratchet, you get new springs, and you get a little tub of DT Swiss grease. That is, I think I paid something like £45 for that. It's probably for DT Swiss, obviously. So this was my upgrade kit for that bike originally. I've since done another upgrade to put 54 tooth on there, so now this is kind of a spare 36 tooth. I was toying with putting that on here for the e-bike, but I'm just worried that 36 tooth might be a little bit too fine for the strains of an e-bike. But guys, if you're looking for a new set of rims or wheels and you're wondering what to get, yes, DT Swiss, they tend to be a little bit pricey, but you're getting what you pay for. The modability and the maintenance of DT Swiss rims, hubs, sorry, especially the 350 downwards hubs, is so easy. If you ever watched a video about trying to maintain, clean and re-lube a Shimano cone bearing setup, they look like a nightmare to me, and also you require tools to get in there. This is so easy. DT Swiss actually do a 370 hub, which is a 3-pole hub. Now it runs really well. I've actually got a set of those on my girlfriend's bike just there. That's the 370 hub. Runs really well. It is running at around about 20-degree point of engagement, so effectively equivalent to the 18 tooth ratchet. But you can't upgrade the 350 hub, sorry, the 370 hub to a 350 hub. Technically you can, but you require specialist tools to actually get into the housing and take part of the housing out of the hub in order for it to accept the 350 setup. It can be done. It's relatively inexpensive. I think you're going to pay probably 30-40 quid for the tools to do that, and then an extra whatever it is on top for the upgrade kit. But it's also a bit more time consuming. If you are going to buy a set of DT Swiss rims and hubs, shell out the extra 30-40 quid for the 350 hub. It's more than worth it. Yes, 370s are maybe a little bit more budget friendly, but in terms of longevity and upgradability, the 350 hub, 240 hub, and I think there's one even better than that higher up in the lineup. They're so worth it. For me, the default and the sweet spot is the 350 hub. It gives you the performance of a 270 and the upgradability, sorry, of a 240 and the upgradability that comes along with that. So there you go guys, that's another one in the bag. Just final thoughts. If you're thinking about it, don't even think about it, just do it. The DT Swiss hubs and wheel sets, they're worth the money, and you don't need to go ultra top end either. A set of XM 481s, 30mm in a rim width, they're enduro quality. They will take a battering. This set I've got here, which is the EX511, they're just a heavier system weight, so a little bit more suited to e-bike use. Actually, they're not designed for e-bikes. DT Swiss do specific rims and hubs for e-bike use. I've run these on my previous e-bike and they're fine and still in virtually pristine condition. If you want something that's a little bit more lightweight, getting into the carbon rim type weight, what I've got on my Disassembly there is the XM421, which is a 25mm in a rim width. They still take up to 2.6 tyres. They're only 1600 grams for the pair. Really lightweight, more compliant than a set of carbon rims, and probably more robust than a set of carbon rims, but they're in that weight category. Excellent, excellent wheels. So that's it for this video. If you like the content, maybe you're in the market for a set of DT Swiss and this has helped, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want notifications on future videos, hit that bell. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good rest of lockdown, and I'll catch you in the next vid. Cheers, guys.